Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Rose from the 19th hole, and I've got a tournament announcement for you all today. It's not for the mini tournament. That is not happening this week, and not 100% sure on when they will be starting it again. The last one they did run was run on a trial basis, so they're kind of just trying to see how it went and the kind of interest that was involved in it. But I do have a main tournament here to announce for you all today, and that is the new Tropic Kings Tournament, which is going to take place on Monday, April 29th, and that's when qualification will begin, which will last for 3 days. If this is your first time playing a tournament in Golf Clash, we start out with 3 days of qualification. That means you get not one, not two, but you get 3 chances to qualify. So if you do mess up in either of the first 2 days, you get the third chance, but then after that, you're out of luck. Each time you do re-qualify, though, you do have to repay that entry fee, so keep that in mind. If you're able to qualify, you move on to the opening round, which takes place on Thursday and Friday, and then you are in a bracket of 100 people, and you need to finish in the top 50 to move on to the weekend round, and that is an 18-hole course. You only get 1 chance to qualify the opening round, and if you make it to the weekend round, you get placed in another bracket of 100 people, and then that's when you actually get to play for the prizes, and the weekend round takes place on Saturday and Sunday. Each tournament is broken down into 4 different levels. You got Rookie, Pro, Expert, and Master. The different prizes for each level can be found below, underneath each banner. And as you can see, the prizes do scale depending on how high of a level you want to play in. So definitely, make sure that you're playing in a level that suits you, but also suits your expectations for the prizes that you can win. Do keep in mind during the tournament, you can win actual prize chests, tour chests during the match play. So like when you're playing in a match, and this is during any phase of the tournament, you can win actual tour chests. So if you play in the Rookie, you can win level 3 tour chests. If you play in the Pro, you win level 6 tour chests. If you play in the Expert, you win level 9. And then if you play in the Masters, you win level 12 tour chests. And these tour chests are actually a little bit better as far as, card count and stuff like that goes than the actual tour chests that you win playing in the tours. So it's definitely worth trying to win these during the tournament to, add to, what you do receive for putting your time into each tournament. The next screen that we're going to look at here is the rule breakdown per division. As you can see, there are different sets of rules depending on what division you play in. The rookies play from the front tee with a little bit lower winds and a lesser needle speed increase, and that means they're actually going to change the speed of the needle from what you are used to an additional 6% faster speed. In the Pro division, you play from the middle tee, a little bit higher winds and a little bit higher needle speed increase. The Expert tournament also played from the middle tees, but higher winds than the Pro. The needle speed increase is doubled to 30%. And then there's that extra rule at the bottom that says hidden spin on. And what that means is you will not be able to see the spin from your opponent when they adjust their top spin, their back spin, or their side spins. You won't be able to see that. It'll just kind of blur out on your screen. And you also won't be able to see their ball guide when they're close and around the hole. So you won't be able to read off their shots and, to your benefit. That same rule applies in the Masters division. The Masters division plays from the third tee with much higher winds and much higher needle speed. So that's definitely the most tough division to play in, and that's the highest division that Golf Clash currently offers at this time. So this is the course that we will be playing, the Tropic Kings Tournament, and it's comprised of basically 3 different courses. You have mainly the Oasis and the Santa Ventura, and then they throw in the Sunshine Glades course, just 1 hole out of that course as well. As you can see, hole 1, par 4, is the Oasis. Hole 2 is a par 3, the Oasis. Hole 3 is the Sunshine Glades, which is a par 5. Hole 4, Santa Ventura, par 3. Hole 5, Santa Ventura, par 5. Hole 6, Santa Ventura, par 4. Hole 7, the Oasis, par 3. Hole 8, the Oasis, par 4. And hole 9 is Santa Ventura, par 5. And you may wonder, well, where can I play these holes at? I'm going to tell you. If you want to play from the front tee, for the Rookie, the only course you can practice is the Santa Ventura holes, and you can find those on Tour 2. So you can play all Santa Ventura holes on Tour 2. Now, this is the place, this is going to be the hot spot for this tournament, Tour number 7. And the reason for this is because all 3 of these courses are located on Tour 7. So if you are someone playing in the Pro and the Expert, Tour 7 is going to be where you want to hang out this week and really grind those points, whether it be just for practice in the tournament or for your clan. You get Santa Ventura, the Oasis, and Sunshine Glades all on the same tour. So that's the second tee. You also can find the Oasis on Tour 10, and that is the second tee as well. Unfortunately, none of these courses are findable in the upper T3 tours. So if you are playing in the Masters, you will not have a chance to practice from the tee that you will be playing from in the tournament. So Tour 7 is going to be the hot spot this week, I guarantee it. Alright, so we got hole number 1 here. This is par 4 from the Oasis. I'm just going to sketch out a couple different ways to play each hole quickly. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail though on each one. So either you're going to be playing this hole with a good tailwind, and you could possibly play this shot to the right side, where you either bounce the ball over the bunkers from that landing zone, or you can carry the bunkers possibly, and then from there, you can either roll it out down the fairway, or possibly roll it up the fairway to those spots right there. From these spots right here, you can bounce it off the island. This shot right here is definitely going to be a little bit more involved if you're short. That's going to require some curl for that shot. The main way, though, that I think people are going to be playing this shot is to the left side here. And this shot just involves some right spin and a little bit of top spin where you bounce it over this bunker, and you try to get it to settle right there at the end of that second little fairway area. And then from there, lower levels will be using the big dog, higher levels will be either using the sniper or the guardian, and then from there you take your shot to the green this way. Possible chance to roll it in for the eagle. Definitely a very tough eagle hole. You'll see most people get the birdie here, and you'll even see some people possibly get a par here, depending on what they do with their drive. You do want to make sure you are cautious about the left side of this area right here. It all does roll down towards the rough edge, so you do want to make sure you are cautious and don't get too close to the edges of some of these fairways. They do kind of curve off into the rough for sure. Alright, hole 2 here, par 3. Favorites on this hole is the rough bump here. Some people will take a high level driver with a lot of backspin and use the backspin shot right there. Others will play a wood club where they have kind of like a double bounce, where they bounce it here to the middle of the island and then a rough bump it off here and then roll it on. I think a lot of people are going to be playing this this rough bump here to the left side, and you can play that from the first tee with a wood club, or the second tee with your driver, and you play that one with some right spin and very little top spin. And you really just try to hit that rough, bump it off, and roll it towards the hole. And it's definitely a tricky hole. This is probably one of my least favorite holes in the game, but it's definitely a great hole to have in the tournament because it does offer kind of like that extra degree of difficulty that a tournament really does need. Hole 3, Sunshine Glades hole. The play on this hole is to jump it off this island here, with top spin and right spin over to this next fairway section. You'll bounce it there and then roll up into that zone, and that's going to be the main play that I think most people play with. If we have a really strong left to right tailwind, there may be some sort of a possible curl shot up the fairway. I don't know. I've never really seen anybody take that shot, but I've always wondered if we had just the right perfect type of wind, that may be a possible play. From this zone right here, though, you're going to take your wood club and you're just going to play a shot where you're bouncing it on the fairway and up towards the hole. If you are shorter back here in the fairway, maybe you didn't quite hit a good drive and you do hit the rough, and trickled onto the fairway, then you're going to have to play a wood shot where you kind of bounce it before the rough and you bounce it over the rough this way and then roll it to the hole. So, that's the possibilities for this hole. Alright, next hole we got par 3, and this one right here, you're either going to play a shot with your long iron. If in probably the first tee, you'll be playing your long iron shot to right about in here, and then letting it roll up here and curl it to the hole. If you're playing in the higher level, like the second tee, and you have clubs with a little bit more backspin, you can fly a wood club straight to the green with a lot of backspin, pretty much right at the hole and possibly get the ace that way. And those are, in my opinion, really the only two ways to play this hole. If you're going to play the long iron shot or the wood shot with a lot of backspin, I would go with sniper, or if you have a higher level sniper, the sniper for sure. If not, the guardian with a lot of backspin will work well. For the rookies, I like the backbone club to use for this shot just because of its extra accuracy. Alright, so we've got hole number 5 here. This is Santa Ventura, par 5, and it's a pretty simple par 5, not a whole lot of tricks to this one. Basically, you're going to play your shot either off the front here and hop it over the water and just try to get it out into this zone right here. From there, in the rookie, you really want to club with some distance to it. So most likely like a big dog or something like that, you are going to play your shot over here to this zone here and use a lot of topspin and right spin to hopefully roll the shot onto the green for an easy putt for an eagle. Definitely a hole where the albatross is going to be very hard to come by on this hole, but not completely out of the question. If you are playing a little bit higher of a level, you could possibly fly the shot over this creek, and try to use some backspin and some left spin to creep it over a little bit farther to the left. That's definitely a possibility on this hole, and what that's going to do is that's actually going to let you use like a wood club like the sniper or something like that, and give you a little bit more control to hopefully make a shot towards the green, where you can possibly get a little bit more control on the shot to increase your chances of the albatross. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this hole. You just basically want to get that shot out into the middle of the fairway area somewhere to give yourself a chance to get to the green in at least two, to at least make sure and guarantee yourself that eagle on this hole. This is, in my opinion, kind of a waste of a hole. Not a whole lot you can do, but you can mess it up. These trees are definitely in play, so you want to stay away from this area over here or even in the rough over here, because you will have those trees in the way. You still can make a shot, you just have to kind of curl it around them. So, alright, next hole. Alright, our next hole here is hole number 6, par 4. Probably another one of my least favorite holes in the game. And your options here are, you can play this one safe, where you just kind of bounce it in this zone right here and try to roll it up to the end of the fairway here. And from there you will have a thorn shot, usually about mid-range thorn shot to the hole for possible eagle. If you have good winds, the other shot is to play it up into this left island section here with right spin and back spin, and possibly some curl depending on what kind of a wind we have. The goal of the shot is to bounce it here on this area, hop it over the bunker, land the shot just after the bunker, and hopefully roll down to the hole, or possibly to the fairway section here, or maybe onto the green for a putt. It's definitely a very tough shot. A lot of people have difficulty really judging this shot and end up in the trees or in the bunker for sure. But definitely, very interesting hole. Definitely some options for sure on this hole, and it may require more of a power ball depending on what kind of winds we do have come tournament time. We'll just have to wait and see. Another option on this hole would be if we don't have really good winds, but you can possibly bump your shot off this fairway over the rough here and try to land it in this fairway section, and then that will leave you a nice wedge chip towards the hole. And that's that's definitely another possible scenario that I've seen happen in the tournaments, where you get a really bad wind, like a severe, almost like a right to left headwind kind of, and that's an option for sure. But I would definitely say that would probably be more higher level content, and I wouldn't see that something like that in rookie. In the rookie, you almost have to use like a power 3-ball to have a chance to make that jump, and you need to have a decent club as well. Alright, so here is the next hole, par number 3. This is from the Oasis, and this hole right here, either playing the rough bump here. Some people will be playing a sniper shot with a lot of backspin, or if you're from the front tee, You can play a long iron where you hop it over the rough here to the fairway section with left curl and try to roll it in. This left-hand side shot would be a rough bump with a wood club. And then the right side shot would be more of like a sniper or a guardian shot, where you come in this area right here using a lot of backspin and left spin to control that shot, and you would land it right about there and roll it towards the hole. So those are definitely your options for this hole. I would say, I'm going to guess wind-wise, for expert will be more of that rightward path. And for the rookies, you'll either be going in with the left rough bump or the middle shot, where you're bumping it over the rough area and trying to roll it out to the hole. Definitely a tough hole to ace, no matter what division you are playing. All right, this is the next hole, hole number 8. This is an Oasis hole, and this is a par 4. Oops. And two ways to play this hole are either to the left or to the right. Most likely, if you're playing it to the left, you'll be laying it in this zone right here or this area right here. But your end goal is going to be the same no matter which area you land it, is to try to get your shot somewhere up in this zone right here. If you're playing it to the right, either you are going to be landing it up in this zone right here, or maybe a little bit higher, but you're really trying to get your shot up into this zone right here. So you bounce there and roll up. Possible with really bad winds, you may be forced to play a shot where you just try to bump your shot up to this far right island as well. And those are definitely possibilities. Like I said, it really just depends on the type of winds you have, and that's going to kind of predict the way you play this hole. My favorite is the one to the left side, because from the left side, then I can take a long iron approach towards the rough here and do the rough bump to the green. If you're playing your shot from the far right side, you can also play a rough bump shot as well, possibly. If you're in the front right spot here, this is more going to be of a backspin shot. So like the Thorn or even the Saturn with full backspin will definitely be your possibilities there. There's really not a whole lot of green to work with to use like a 2 or 3 bar backspin shot and roll it to the hole. There's just not that amount of real estate there on the front of the green to do that shot. That's why a lot of people defer to the rough bump or the backspin shot for this hole. And our last and final hole is hole number 9, and this is definitely a favorite hole. Higher level divisions will be able to play a power curl shot, where they land their shot in this zone right here and can actually fly over the rough, hopefully, and the roll out to this zone right here, which sets up a pretty easy shot towards the hole for your eagle. Maybe possible albatross, depending on how far up that fairway you can get. You definitely want to use a club for that next shot with a lot of backspin to be able to hold that green and give yourself a chance at the albatross. I think in most common cases, the only chance of the albatross ends up being a dunk shot. But there may be certain cases where you can use the backspin shot as well. But that is only like very high level wise that shot will even be attempted. For most people, most people in most divisions will be playing the shot where they bounce it right here and they just try to get it up into this zone right here. And the way you're going to play that shot is with top spin, left spin, and left curl. That's going to be the most common way to play this hole, and you'll be playing that with your driver, in a driver that has some curl as well to it, because you do want to make sure you have that curl to curl it around these these trees right here. Definitely want to make sure you get around these trees. The second shot is going to be the tough shot. I keep waiting for them to throw in a really tough wind for this second shot, because they could really make our lives difficult. From this spot, right here, you are going to have a shot with your, high level wood, like your high distance wood, like the Big Dog or the Cataclysm. With this shot right here, you're going to have to use a little bit of curl. You're really trying to land it in this zone right here, with either just like a little bit of topspin, depending on the kind of wind that we have, or backspin. And really you're just trying to hop this shot over the rough here, land it right here on the edge of the green, and roll it either to the hole or up the ridge and then back to the hole. That the back side of that green does slope back down towards the hole, so keep that in mind. You will see a lot of people end up with their shots right there on that fringe. of that fairway right there, which is definitely still an easy chip. But then you will see some people that go through and end up on the rough to the right side of the hole, which definitely makes their life a lot harder. And then you always got to keep in mind this big old bunker right here, which is a very deep bunker. Definitely not a bunker that you want to be in trying to take a second shot or a third shot out to the green out of. So that's hole number 9. That is the quick version of the guide for this hole. Just enough for you all to get out on the tours and do a little bit of practice, but enough that you don't do it, you know, blindly and not sure what to play and how to play each hole. So depending on what kind of wind you have, definitely choose your route wisely, and good luck to you all on the practice. Remember, tour number 7 has all of the holes, so if you want to play a tour with the guarantee that all the holes are there and playable, that would be tour number 7. All right, y'all, take care. Have a good day. God bless.